Hugh Jackman is a good choice for an old grumpy Robin Hood. This film comes from the director of Pig and A Quiet Place Day One. I liked Day One, but I never got around to Pig, so hopefully I keep a good impression of our director, Michael Sarnowski. Let's see if we got another good movie on our hands. The Death of Robin Hood is a gritty slow burn about the final chapters of Robin Hood's life, as you could probably guess from the title. Going in, I was a little worried that this movie was going to be tone deaf for the modern times that we live in. Recently, Elon Musk became a trillionaire while millions of Americans lost or saw their healthcare costs increase. I don't exactly need a movie about Robin Hood regretting robbing from the rich right now. And if you're a working class person who wants to defend the rich in my comments section, I have no interest in your cucking fetish. I'd rather watch Robin Hood Men in Tights. We're men in tights. Thankfully, that's not the direction they take. Right from the jump, Hugh Jackman's Robin Hood basically says that all the heroic stories were lies, myths, created to confuse and obscure the truth. This version of Robin Hood is ruthless. He never stole to help people in poverty. He stole to help himself, and the movie wastes no time making that clear. In fact, he does something pretty irredeemable within the first 20 minutes of the movie. Those first 20 minutes are where most of the action is. After the first act ends, the movie slows down. Then it slows down some more. This is very much a character piece, about a man confronting the weight of the life he has lived. He does most of that reflecting on a beautiful island. Emphasis on beautiful. Visually, this movie is gorgeous. Every frame feels carefully composed, and Hugh Jackman gives another fantastic performance. At this point, it's expected from the guy. He just improves everything he's in. Even that shitty movie 43 film. I actually enjoyed his performance in that. You know, the one where he had balls on his chin?
Leave it to me to embarrass myself on a first date. Oh.
The problem is, I found The Death of Robin Hood to be pretty boring. I don't need non-stop action to enjoy a film, but if you're going to strip most of that away, you need to have something equally engaging to fill the void. Outside of a handful of compelling conversations, I don't think The Death of Robin Hood quite gets there. The scenes with Jodie Comer and Murray Bartlett are easily the strongest parts of the movie. When Hugh Jackman's talking to these people, the experience high points. Their conversations with Robin Hood carry the emotional weight of the story. And without them, I probably would have fallen asleep in my chair. I had to fight the urge a couple of times anyway, if I'm being completely honest with you. I also have to mention that we were starting to border on comedy with how many random people bumped into Robin Hood over the years. It got to a point where I thought I maybe met Robin Hood myself. I had to sit there and think, was that a homeless guy with a compound bow? Or was that the outlaw himself? I'm serious. Everyone who meets this guy has a story about how they ran into Robin Hood. This version of the character has to feel like Patrick Star on a daily basis.
Who are you people?
In the end, this movie is objectively well crafted, but I still found it uneventful. It's beautifully shot, well acted, and clearly made with a lot of care. But it just never grabbed me. That said, this also feels like the kind of movie that could end up being someone's favorite film of the year. Sometimes a movie isn't made for you, and I think that's what happened to me on this one. I'd recommend skipping it. I respect game when I see it, but again, not for me. That's all I got today, and as always, thank you for your time.